This week, the Prime Minister of Country Music, whose song was outlawed by the House of Commons.
My call is really for the Nova Scotia know-it-all. With the East Coast Music Awards coming up and the focus on country music, I wondered if he knows the name of the Nova Scotia country music star who caused an act of Parliament to be passed.
Here's the answer. The singer of that controversial song, Don, is a Nova Scotian named Angus Walker, who is back living in his home of Port Hastings, Cape Breton. And here, Don, is the album cover to prove it. Take a look at this.
Get out of town here. Angus Walker, Canada's Prime Minister of Country Music.
There you go. Now, as you can see, Angus made quite an impression back then. This is from the early 1970s. He's got the lamb chop sideburns, the shoulder-length hair, and the bright orange leisure suit.
He's got the killer country suit on for sure. Boy, I could
got
use
the white
that
belt
on a Saturday
there.
night. Yep.
Well, that was the style back then. And as you said, the album calls him Canada's Prime Minister of Country Music. But the House of Commons was not impressed.
I see the second cut here is called Parliament Hill. Is that the tune that got him into trouble?
That's the one. The song was written by Angus Walker's promoter, Ben Kerr, back in 1971. Now, Kerr is also a Nova Scotian. He's from Yarmouth, and he's still a wild character, a busker, a self-promoter. He's currently running for mayor of the amalgamated city of Toronto, Don.
Get out of town.
He's done that several times. He tells me he usually loses. But Ben Kerr named Angus Walker the Prime Minister to sort of help boost his singing career back in the early 70s.
Well, even by then, I guess Dutchie was the Prime Minister of the blues, so
There you
why
go.
not the Prime Minister of country music? How well did the Prime Minister's nickname work for Mr. Walker?
Well, it caught on. Angus opened for all the big Nashville acts that came here to Canada, the Carter Family, Buck Owens, Stonewall Jackson, and he toured in the 60s and 70s, got as far as Hawaii. Angus told me that one fan club magazine writer named Cha Menk thought that Angus really was a singing political leader.
We shipped off some records to him in the early years, and he wrote it up in the Blend, Illinois papers. So nice to hear from the Prime Minister of Canada this morning. He's got a new record out. Oh, we had great times with that.
This was Angus Walker here. You didn't even tell us this is the Prime Minister of country music we just heard.
Yes, he's still living in Port Hastings. I did reach him there.
What happened when the word was spread around that our Prime Minister was singing a song on the country chart?
Well, the word did get out. Angus was a little bit nervous that the real Prime Minister, Pierre Trudeau, would reprimand him in some way. And then the unpredictable promoter, Ben Kerr, sent that recorded song to Trudeau himself. That didn't help things.
I was going to say, I never heard Pierre sing a country song.
Well, the song is a campy country music story of a love-struck man who, in a desperate move, Don, tries to please a woman by becoming a parliamentary politician.
Those are the good old days. Yes,
Angus sings about meeting dignitaries and VIPs and basically having lots of wild times up there on Parliament Hill. So here's a taste of this controversial country tune of 1972.
There was party after party till we couldn't pay our bills. I hated every minute on Parliament Hill.
Makes perfectly good sense so far.
Yeah, that's it. Sounds like a good tune.
However, I can see why some parliamentarians might not have liked the tune so much.
Well, that's right. So, a bill was actually put before the House of Commons in 1972. It was Bill C-78, called An Act Respecting the Use of the Expression Parliament Hill. Yeah, really. And it became law. Section B makes it an offense to use the words Parliament Hill to, quote, identify any goods, merchandise, wares, or articles for commercial use or sale, and or in association with a commercial service rendering establishment. So you can't sell Parliament Hill breath mints or anything, and I guess by my reading of that bill, you can't sell a record with that song title on it. Now, this might be open to interpretation by some lawyers, but the law is still on the books, and Angus, Don, told me that the wording of the song must have touched a bit too close to home for somebody.
There was party after party. They met all the VIPs in the world, and they had these wild parties in Parliament Hill. But you must remember, at that time, Margaret was around.
Margaret Trudeau?
Yes.
So you think this was Pierre's doing, this bill, do you?
Well, no, I don't know.
So he didn't want to speculate there. He wasn't sure.
But he was afraid that Pierre thought it might have been about himself and his then-wife Margaret.
Well, that's not hard to figure out as the song continues.
But still, she wasn't satisfied, though my health was nearly spent. She said, it's time we move
was a big hint there, Big Bruce.
Yeah, that was something of a hint there. So you can guess from that who you think was behind the law banning songs like Angus Walker's. Angus says he always liked Trudeau, though, and they even shared a laugh one time over both being called Prime Minister. But just to be safe, Angus, the lawbreaker, says he's hiding out in Port Hastings.
As opposed to the author, who's up there in Toronto running for mayor.
Very public.
But surely it doesn't end here. Does the song has a kind of a sad feel to it? Does he eventually sort of get the girl on Parliament Hill?
Oh, well, no. There's the usual country music ending. Here's the sad ending of that song.
So now I'm heading home tonight on that midnight train, going back to Nova Scotia and those happy times again. I'm leaving all the good life, for now I've had my fill of that social climbing woman and Parliament Hill.
Hey.
Coming soon to a radio station near you.
Right back down the road to Nova Scotia.
But my wife don't understand it, 'cause she's never had the thrill to be a guitar picker in honky-tonk Bill. To be a guitar picker